Hello, YouTube it is. So I am in the Moxie tournament. I missed week one. Um, and my opponent for week two is Felix, or Andrew Felix. He has a really cool YouTube. I will have a link in the thingy down there. I don't know, description, picture book. I don't know what to call it. But anyways, so we have with the Moxie Boosted tournament. It's actually kind of cool. It's this really fun thing. Some people are taking it super serious. I am trying to have some fun with it. Um, and basically, we have regulations. Basically, you have to choose one of 10 Pokemon and make a team with it in there. It doesn't have to be based on it. Preferably, it is. We do best of three um, games. This is a live recording, so like yeah. And I ended up missing my week one because my opponent had to forfeit, sadly. So I had the crazy idea of using one of the Pokemon that I was able to use week one and using one of the Pokemon that I have to use for week two. So as far as the list goes, it goes something like. Uh, my opponent is having some trouble. This gives me time to actually explain what's going on. So, live, mind you, recording. Great. Tell me if it's good. Uh, so basically what's going on is I'm going to find out which Pokemon I'm supposed to be using this week and then also tell you which Pokemon that I was supposed to choose from last week. We have 12 competitors in this. There will be uploads every Sunday. I'll, like I said, have links to everybody. I'm repeating myself. Great. Trying to stall for time while I'm like trying to figure out. So my week one, I had a choice between Camerupt, Dusknoir, Bastiodon, Arbok, Moltres, Huntail, Haxorus, Gorbis, Absol, and Electivire. So I ended up choosing Gorbis. The reason why I ended up choosing Gorbis is because I know that Gorbis is a really fun baton passing Pokemon. So here we got some hard Trick Room mode. My team actually has kind of a hard time against this. But let's see. We're just going to go with my natural lead, which Rampardos is one of the Pokemon that I was supposed to choose this week. And then in the back, I'm just going to have some cool, fun Pokemon. So again, Gorbis for week one. The reason why I chose Gorbis was because um, I like. Oh, there's a mouse. The mouse isn't supposed to be there. So I liked how Gorbis had the ability to baton pass Shell Smash. It's one of the few Pokemon that can take advantage of it. So that was really cool. So I wanted to make a team based around that. So one of the best mix sweepers, for those of you who don't know what Shell Smash does, it increases your attack, special attack, and speed by 2 stages. And you, at the cost of 1 stage of defense and 1 stage of special defense. So combine that with White Herb, you basically get 2 stages of attack, special attack, and speed for no cost, which is really cool, really fun. And then you can just baton pass that into, my opinion, the best mix sweeper of Salamence, Mega Salamence to be specific. Now, in the list for week two, we had a choice between Lycanroc, Venomoth, which I tried to use, Alomomola, Rampardos, which I'm using now, Beedrill, Chestnut, Heracross, Quagsire, Pinsir, and Esselgor. So the reason why I chose Rampardos is because when I first made this team, um, whatchamacallit, when I first made the team, Rampardos, or Tyranitar actually, was a part of it. So that's the reason why I chose to make this team the way I did. Now, honestly, I'm going to fall right into his trap. I really can't set up on him. I mean, I guess the only thing I could really do is, yeah, honestly, it's kind of a wash right now. Yeah, sadly, it's a wash. So I guess all I'm gonna do is just ally switch and then rock slide. I'm gonna play to win. Normally, what I would do is just go straight for the swagger into my Rampardos and go from there. But he either reads into that or wants to get rid of the um, Florges. So at this point, I think I'm kind of boned. So I think my round one goes to my opponent, which was hey, that's what this team is all about. Um, so it's not really a good showing. So basically, the whole premise behind the team is for me to swagger my Rampardos, pass my um, whatchamacallit, sorry, pass my uh, choice band onto my Rampardos and kind of go from there. And as you can see, that did not happen. So, I mean, I'm locked into ally switch, so might as well see if I can deflect a Moonblast. So now that my opponent knows my Florges has ally switch, I think he's going to steamroll me, like I said. Salamence does have a pretty good matchup against his team, but well, at least against his camera ups, you know. So we'll see. Right now, like I said, he's got pretty good advantage. He's um, you know, he's got the three Pokemon, but he's got the Trick Room up. And did he? Okay, he did not predict the um, whatchamacallit, the ally switch. My Salamence takes that really well. I'm going to go for the Earthquake because this is mixed Salamence and I have trouble against Steel type Pokemon. I added the Earthquake to help with that. So here I'm going, because I'm locked into ally switch, and then I guess I'm just going to kind of protect here and see what happens. My opponent probably will just attack the Florges slot. If I wasn't locked into the ally switch, I probably would have. Yeah. Oh, okay. So he goes in for the heal pulse. That's actually really good. That was a good play on my opponent's part. My opponent is actually a very good VGC competitor. He's been around for ages. I remember playing against him back in 2015 a couple of times, and such things like that. So he is a very good opponent, and he definitely does know what he's doing. The fact that he brought Trick Room kind of puts me at a disadvantage, but my other mode it might have something to say to that. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure that I just auto lose here at this point, but I always have to try with my gimmicky side, and we'll have to go on to the real part. Um, and again, like I said, the Rampardos, I originally had Tyranitar there, so um, it was bulkier, so it could survive a little bit more. So it might have survived. It probably would have survived that Moonblast and gotten off the Rock Slide, but still. Or no, yeah, we probably would have survived the final gambit because I was max HP. So here I'm just kind of like hoping that he goes for the it does kill. That's fine. It's sad, but it is what it is. So here also he got he went for the eruption. That's cool. So he predicted the protect. So here I'm just gonna protect again and go from there. I mean, all he's got to do is Earth Power into my Naganadel, and that's a wrap. So, anyways, I know this team. I know I have not really faced this team that much. I know Jim, who also streams and is also into this league. Whatchamacallit, he used this team very similar, if not almost the same team. So let's see what we could do round two. So here, normally I go with that just because of shenanigans. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. Then I go to my second mode. So let's see if we can pull out a win here and go. And yeah, let's just see if we can pull out a win. So now here's a interaction that I don't know, which I'm hoping it works in my favor, but we'll see. I'm hoping that because I have Focus Sash, Final Gambit will count as an attack, and I'll live with 1 HP. Let's see. If not, I completely lose this game. Which, hey, you know what it is? It is what it is. That's what happens when you meme. So anyway, so I'm going to go with my Smeargle Gorbis League. I'm going to have Salamence in the back and Naganadel as well. So here, his main goal is to get up Trick Room. Like, that's his main goal. So he might lead Persian. Persian would be a pretty decent lead. Persian Aromatisse. So let's see what he does for his lead. But revealing the Rampardos Florges, and that Florges has Ally Switch, he might, I don't know, he might go with the same lead, honestly, because that wasn't a bad lead to begin with. So let's see what happens. So he goes with the Aromatisse Persian, like I said. So here, he's definitely gonna fake out the Smeargle. So I think I'm gonna just go for it. I think we're gonna Spore the Aromatisse, and I'm gonna just Shell Smash. I understand he's probably gonna get the Trick Room up because he's gonna fake out my Smeargle, but I think maybe if I can get some evasion boosts or do some crazy funky stuff. Yeah, I figured. That's fine. I mean, it is what it is, and we gotta go for it. It's the memes. So here, I don't think, even with the Aromatisse, I don't think it could do too much. So a move that I have on my Gorbis is Protect. Ooh, my speed fell. That's cool. So here I can do a whole bunch of different moves, and I think with the -1 speed, I'm definitely going to go faster than the... Yeah, I think here I'm going to Spore the Persian, just because I did get the -1 speed, and that should put me... and then I think I'm going to Baton... I think I'm going to Protect here. Yeah, I think I'm going to Spore and I'm going to Protect. And we'll see what happens. Because of the -1 speed, I might even underspeed the Aromatisse, but basically here what I'm looking for is to scout out what the Aromatisse kind of wants to do. So yeah, it definitely wants to whatchamacallit, it definitely wants to go into the Gorbis slot. So now that the Persian is asleep, waste a turn of sleep. Let's see, do I get another accuracy rose and speed? Special defense. That's not too good. So here, I guess the follow me is warranted. I think then I'm gonna Baton Pass. Yeah, I'm gonna Baton Pass. Now I kind of hope I don't die to the Moonblast. I probably should have just taken that with Gorbis, but we'll see. With the Persian, the Persian second turn wake up. Well, that's fine. So now I get to Baton Pass at least, so that's good. So I do go into my Salamence, which is actually pretty good. I think now I can threaten the Aromatisse, which will be good. And I can kind of go from there. So here, there's some things I could do. I can go into the Naganadel. I think I will go into the Naganadel. I know that I can almost KO Feenies, so I'm not 100% sure on the bulk of Aromateas. So I think I'm going to just go straight for the Sludge Bomb into the Aromateas, and then I'm going to go for the Mega and Protect. And I'm going to see what my opponent does. So there, just to kind of be a step-by-step, because that's kind of like the shtick of my channel, is to kind of be very precise and teach people what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, why it's working or why it's not. So right then and there, what I probably should have did was switched out my Smeargle into my Naganadel, and then I should have baton passed, knowing well that my whatchamacallit, knowing well that my Gorbis could take a Moonblast. So one more room of Trick Room. So the Persian's probably gonna try to perish. It's probably gonna. I'm probably gonna get doubled into here with my Salamence. I may or may not survive it. So I think I'm gonna go into the Sludge Bomb into the Persian slot, and I think I'm gonna go return into the Snorlax, and I probably. Oh, okay. So he did not predict the protect. Okay, that's fine. Oh, he parting shotted. Okay, that's weird. I really thought he would not do that. That's fine. Take a +1. I'm very fine with that. So whatever comes in is gonna take a Sludge Bomb. And I think I'm in a better position. So we'll see. Yeah, Aromatisse is going to take a nice Sludge Bomb. Who knows if it kills? I'm not 100% sure. Right then and there, I think if I was my opponent, I would have doubled into the Salamence, only because Salamence is such a threat. And, I mean, even with the parting shot at making it only the +1 instead of the +2, I mean, that's quite a bit of damage. And especially that that was almost a KO, and the Trick Room's gone, and I got rid of your Trick Room setter. So here my opponent is in a little bit of a bind. I mean, he does have the Persian, which is great, and he can fake out, get the fake out pressure and stuff, but I am faster than his Persian. I'm still at a +1/+1, so I don't know, we'll see. So here I'm just going to go for the double protect. And basically, my opponent can do a couple of things here. I mean, my opponent can go for the belly drum, but then I'll put him in KO range, so I think he's going to definitely go for the recycle. I think he's definitely going for the fake out to the Naganadel, just because, like, you really need to take that out. Yeah. Oh, he didn't. Wow, that could have been cool. So now here's something cool. Now since my Salamence is pretty full health, and I am faster, I think I'm gonna double into the Snorlax. I think the return might kill the Snorlax. In that range, it was kind of close. So if I can get the KO, then the target will swap over to the Persian for the Sludge Bomb. So sometimes doubling into something that you think you're going to KO, it's kind of the safe play. But let's see. Yes! So I get the KO on the Snorlax, so that's really good. So then the Sludge Bomb goes into the Persian. I don't know if this KOs. I mean, it is a +1 Life Orb. And it does. It gets the KO. So we're making a little bit of a comeback. I'm going to die to the Life Orb recoil because actually, I take 15 damage per Life Orb hit. So I was actually at the magic number. So now here comes in my Gorbis. If he has Mega Camerupt, then honestly, I'm just gonna double attack into the Mega Camerupt. But he could have, um, he could have Staraptor. He could have. We saw the Snorlax, we saw the Aromatisse, Staraptor. He could have the Pokemon of the week. I forgot what Pokemon he chose, but he ended up not bringing it, so he ended up bringing the Camerupt. So with the Camerupt, I do have Hydro Pump. So let's see if the Hydro Pump does something. Um, so I think I'm going to, since I'm Salamence, I resist everything but his Tri Attack. I think he has Nature's Power on this Camerupt. So I think I'm gonna just go for the double because I'm not too worried. I think my Gorbis is faster, my Salamence is obviously faster, and I think this should wrap up the game. So I'm just trying to increase my chances because I might not be able to two-hit KO, and if he does decide to go for like an eruption or something, I'd rather the Gorbis be there to kind of soak up at least one eruption hit, which will be nice, or Heat Wave, whichever he had. Ooh, he goes for the protect. He's scouting, seeing what moves I have, which is fine. That is a good player because it is a best of three, and in best of threes, what you really want to try to do is gain as much information as possible. Um, so in general, in very high level of play, sometimes in a game one, people will not necessarily throw the game, but put themselves or have a secret tech move that would probably just completely win the game for them, um, and not use it because they think they can win without it, just so they don't reveal it for game two. But since we were in game two and that wasn't game one, me holding back my tricks, I have no safety net, so to speak. So that would be a really bad move on my part. I understand that I am giving my opponent info, but I also have an unfair advantage in that I kind of know his team because I've worked well with you know some of the people who kind of like played with the team and some bounced ideas off of me. So it's not like I'm new to his team. Plus, also I think he used a very similar team last week. Um, so that's why I'm not too afraid giving him a little extra information here and there. Um, so hopefully we can do well this game. Who knows? Um, so Smeargle, Smeargle Gorbis, I think is going to be our lead again. Well, honestly, maybe not, because the thing is, the Naganadel KOs his Aromatisse. Honestly, you know what? Let's go with the third and final mode. I call it the real mode, sort of. So I'm just gonna lead with Salamence and Naganadel. Um, and then I think what I'm gonna do is actually no. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead Naganadel and Smeargle with Salamence in the back. The reason being because I'm thinking that I can mess with his Trick Room a little bit, and then I think I think I can go with the Rampardos. Rampardos does hit kind of hard. I can go with the Gorbis, try to do a late game baton pass here. So like I'm a little kind of nervous because I haven't really like played with the team like this, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the Gorbis because the Gorbis does do pretty well against his Camerupt. Even though the Rampardos can do pretty decent against the rest of his team, you know what? I think we're going to go with the Rampardos. I'm going to go with the Rampardos. Reason why I'm going with the Rampardos is because it's the Pokemon of the week. We got to go out with a bang. So let's see. Let's see if my Naganadel Smeargle lead does some damage to his Persian Aromatisse lead. So he goes with the Staraptor. That's fine. So I don't know if it's a roll to knock out the Aromatisse. I don't know if it's not a roll. So here I think I'm gonna just go straight for the um, straight for the Sludge Bomb into the Aromatisse. I mean, yeah, and I'll just fake out the Staraptor and away we go. So, he's probably gonna switch out the Aromatisse. Honestly, I don't see why he wouldn't. Um, but I, I'm not gonna predict. Like Sludge Bomb's still gonna hit fairly decently. Um, I mean, kind of like the only Pokemon that, yeah, okay, Snorlax. I can hit Snorlax pretty well too, so that's pretty good. So now, with that flinch, Sludge Bomb's gonna go and connect to the Snorlax. So here, I think we're gonna just straight up. Ooh, my evasiveness rose. That's cool. Okay, so we kind of in here. So here, I think we're gonna protect, and then I think we're gonna just spore the Snorlax. I do have a Sash. Again, I don't know if Final Gambit goes through Sash. I'm not sure. I know the Staraptor is Scarfed. I know because I faked him out, he has a choice between changing his moves. So he might even go into U-turn. So we'll see. I know he's faster than Naganadel. He's gonna Final Gambit. He Final Gambited into the Naganadel. Cool. So then the Spore comes out to the Snorlax and puts it to Nighty Night. So, my opponent definitely is playing pretty good. Cool, my accuracy rose and my I'm at +1 evasiveness. It's not the most friendliness. So here I'm gonna just go for the I'm gonna go for the Follow Me on the Smeargle, and I'm gonna go straight for the Sludge Bomb. This is gonna be as much of a surprise as it is to everybody else. So let's see. Final Gambit. If my Smeargle survives, this is really good. Yes, Sash does activate. Thank you. Wow, this is gonna be really, really, really good for me. Especially if the Snorlax sleeps for the second turn. It's definitely gonna put a lot of nice pressure on my opponent. Especially because I can spore everything that comes in. I can. He gets the second. Oh, he belly drums. Okay, that's fine. I'm completely fine with that. You can belly drum all you want. Definitely, definitely, definitely good. I definitely was trying to preserve my sash as long as I could. So my speed did rise, so that's good. And I do have +1 to evasion. Like, honestly, this is a completely supportive Smeargle, so it definitely, yeah, is just completely supportive. So here, I'm just gonna go straight for the Spore. I'm definitely gonna be faster than the camera up. Sludge Bomb into the Snorlax. For the Pokemon he brought, as long as I Spore the Camerupt, I think I can wrap the game up. Since he doesn't have Protect on a Snorlax, and his only switch in is a Aromatisse, which last time got KO'd by Sludge Bomb. I don't know if it's a roll or not. I am Life Orbed, so we'll see. Camerupt does his wonderful Mega Evolution, and I love how they still kept the little M for Team Magma and Camerupt. It was a nice touch Pokemon. It was a very, very nice touch. So at this point, basically the reason why I won was because of Smeargle basically controlling the tempo of the game and sporing at key times and predicting key things to happen. Looking back at this, I think maybe one play I might have been able to do just a teeny bit better. Maybe sludge bombing into the Staraptor slot, but I didn't for one reason. One reason was I figured to try to go for the Aromatisse. I think it was too early to just start predicting outright, and so I figured doing it that way was probably the best. So that's why I tried. So here I'm pretty sure if I can kill or incapacitate the aromates. Like, he did have a way out there. He didn't really need a forfeit like that. Honestly, if my opponent woke up from the Camerupt on the second turn and gotten the Earth Power offense and the Ganadel, that uh, could have kind of like made the pace into his favor. But sadly, excuse me, my opponent did not. So, thank you very, very much. I know him as Felix the Cat. His YouTube is. I am looking for his YouTube. Give me his YouTube. Where's his YouTube? His YouTube is Andrew Davis, I think is his YouTube. Like I said, I'll have the link in the description below. And thank you very much, Andrew, for playing in this wonderful league that MoxieBoosted is holding. And hopefully we can all have some fun and educate everybody on how to play VGC and the inner workings. This is Raisa881, and I'm out. That's Felix. Have a good one.